Hi, my name is Patricia with the Y, and this is video 10 in a 30-day video challenge series that was inspired by Felicia Slattery, Marie Folio, and Leonie Dawson. And I will tell you in a couple of days exactly how those women inspired me to create this series, but today in video 10 I'd like to share with you another one of my whys about why domestic violence is such a huge part of the story and messaging that I share, and that is the generational nature of domestic violence. And unlike my upcoming guest on Triumphant Tales, who has a story of ancestral healing and guided meditation and soul work to get through those problems of ancestry, I've never been that intensive about soul work, and I've looked at things much more in a psychological perspective than a soul perspective. But I was really touched by some of the thoughts that she shared and the ideas that she had, in that I do know that part of my story is ancestral and generational in nature. All of my motherly parents and guidance in my life came from women who were in or recovering from domestic violence situations. From my grandma, who raised me from the ages of 3 to 5, to my stepmother, who raised me between the ages of 5 and 16, to my biological mother, who gave birth to me and then later cared for me in that late teen period from 16 to 17. And then I moved on from her to my would-be husband from the age of 17 onwards for 22 years. And so that generational nature is not lost on me when I speak to people who have different spiritual ideas and practices, because some of them ring true across all of those avenues, especially when it comes to domestic violence issues, in that it crosses all barriers of religion, socioeconomic, spiritual thought. And so it's important to share that message and raise that awareness, and it's important to acknowledge the generational impact of domestic violence on the generations to come, and to make that commitment to our children. I know that even though my husband had incidences of abuse in his life, that we didn't really, in as many ways as we could avoid, we avoid passing it on to the children that we did have together, even if we weren't always wonderful to each other. And my hope is, at the very least, that they benefited from that lack of violence that their father and I did not get to appreciate and enjoy. And I'm hoping that future generations will be able to enjoy that lack of violence, that lack of domestic abuse within their lives across all barriers. But it is going to take awareness in order to make that happen. And that is my day 10 thoughts on family violence in honor of Family Violence Awareness Month. And I do hope that you will join me for the rest of my series as I delve further into why family violence awareness is such an important issue in this day and age, and what we can do, whether we're survivors or just supporters, to lessen the impact of family violence within our communities. So until next time, I would love you to remember that you are amazing, and I hope that you will join me for the rest of this series. My name is Patricia with the Y, and until next time, you are amazing.